that when you run, you have to announce and certify to all sorts of governmental authorities your net worth. So I said, that's okay. I'm proud of my net worth. I've done an amazing job. I'm really proud of my success. I really am. I started off in a small office with my father in Brooklyn and Queens. I learned so much. He was a great negotiator. I learned so much just sitting at his feet, playing with blocks, listening to him negotiate with subcontractors. And my father said, Donald, don't go into Manhattan. That's the big leagues. We don't know anything about that. Don't do it. I said, Dad, I got to go into Manhattan. I got to build those big buildings. And after 4 or 5 years in Brooklyn, I ventured into Manhattan and did a lot of great deals. But I did a lot of great deals, and I did them early and young. And now I'm building all over the world, and I love what I'm doing. Somebody said to me the other day, a reporter, very nice reporter, but Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. I think I'm actually a very nice person. Actually, I am. I think I am a nice person. People that know me like me. Does my family like me? I think so, right? Look at my family. I'm proud of my family. I'm very proud of my family. They're a great family. So the reporter said to me the other day, but Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. How can you get people to vote for you? Number one, I am a nice person. I give a lot of money away to charities and other things. I've employed tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. That means medical, that means education, that means everything. But I said, this is going to be an election that's based on competence. Because people are tired of these nice people, and they're tired of spending more money on education than any nation in the world, per capita, than any nation in the world. And we're 26th in the world. 25 countries are better than us at education. And some of them are like third world countries. And they're tired of being ripped off by everybody in the world. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about trade. I'm a free trader. But the problem with free trade is you need really talented people to negotiate for you. The people negotiating it don't have a clue. Our president doesn't have a clue. He's a bad negotiator. If you don't have talented people, if you don't have great leadership, if you don't have people that know business, not just a political hack, free trade is terrible. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people. But we have people that are stupid. We have people that aren't smart, and we have people that are controlled by special interests, and it's just not going to work. They got the job because he made a contribution to a campaign, which is the way all jobs just about are gotten. So here's a couple of stories. Happened recently. A friend of mine is a great manufacturer. And you know, China comes over and they dump all their stuff, and I buy it. I buy it because, frankly, I have an obligation to buy it. Because they devalue their currency so brilliantly, they got away with it again. And it's impossible for our people here to compete. So I want to tell you this story. A friend of mine is a great manufacturer. Calls me up. I said, what's your problem? He said, you know, I make great product. And I said, I know that because I buy the product. He said, I can't get it into China. They won't accept it. They talked about environmental. They talked about all sorts of crap that had nothing to do with it. I said, oh, wait a minute, that's terrible. Does anyone know this? He said, yeah, they do it all the time with other people. Ask Boeing. They wanted Boeing's secrets. They wanted their patents and all their secrets before they agreed to buy planes from Boeing. Hey, I'm not saying they're stupid. I like China. People say, oh, you don't like China. No, I love them. The biggest bank in the world is from China. You know where their United States headquarters is located? In this building, in Trump Tower. I love China, but their leaders are much smarter than our leaders. And we can't sustain ourselves with that. They're building up their military to a point that is very scary. How stupid are our leaders? How stupid are these politicians to allow this to happen? How stupid are they? So this man tells me about the manufacturing. I say, that's a terrible story. I hate to hear it. But I have another one. So Mexico takes a company, car company, that was going to build in Tennessee. Everybody thought it was a done deal. It's going in, and That's going to be it, going into Tennessee. Great state, great people. All of a sudden, at the last moment, this big car manufacturer, foreign, announces they're not going to Tennessee. They're going to spend their $1 billion in Mexico instead. And you say to yourself, how does that help us, right? How does that help us? Where is that good? It's not. They're going to build in Mexico. They're going to take away thousands of jobs. It's very bad for us. But I wouldn't even waste my time with this one. So, under President Trump, here's what would happen. I'd say, congratulations. I understand that you're building a nice $2.5 billion car factory in Mexico, and that you're going to take your cars and sell them to the United States, zero tax. So I'd say, congratulations, that's the good news. Let me give you the bad news. Every car manufactured in this plant that comes across the border, we're going to charge you a 35% tax, okay? And that tax is going to be paid simultaneously with the transaction. And that's it. I would say within an hour after I told him the bad news. But it could be he'd want to be cool, and he'll wait till the next day. You know, they want to be a little cool. And he'll say, please, please, please. He'll beg for a little while. And I'll say, sorry, fellas, no interest, because I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I don't need anybody. Money. I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care. I'm really rich. And they have zero chance at convincing me. Zero. He'll say, please reconsider. I'll say no. He'll say, Mr. President, we've decided to move the plant back to the United States. We're not going to build it in Mexico. That's it. They have no choice. There are hundreds of things like that. I'll give you another example. Saudi Arabia. They make $1 billion a day. They always keep our equipment. We don't send used equipment, right? They always keep our equipment. We ought to send some real junk, because frankly, we ought to send our surplus. We're always losing this gorgeous brand new stuff. Because again, they were smarter than our leaders. They were smarter than our leaders. Whenever they have problems, we send over the ships. We're going to protect. What are we doing? They got nothing but money. If the right person asks them, they pay a fortune. There is so much wealth out there that can make our country so rich again, and therefore make it great again, because we need money. We're dying. We're dying. We need money. We have people that aren't working. We have people that have no incentive to work. But they're going to have incentive to work, because the greatest social program is a job. And they'll be proud and they'll love it. It can happen. Our country has tremendous potential. We have tremendous people. And they'll make much more money than they would have ever made. And they'll be doing so well, and we're going to be thriving as a country. Thriving. It can happen. And we are going to make our country great again. We need somebody that literally will take this country and make it great again. We can do that. Believe me, folks, we will do very, very well. Very, very well. We have all the cards, but we don't know how to use them. We don't even know that we have the cards because our leaders don't understand the game. How are these people going to lead us? They don't have a clue. They can't lead us. They can't. They can't even answer simple questions. And here's what's going to happen. We have to do it, and we need the right people. I know the smartest negotiators in the world. I know the good ones. I know the bad ones. I know the overrated ones. You got a lot of them that are overrated. They're not good. They think they are. They get good stories because the newspapers get buffaloed. But they're not good. But I know the best negotiators in the world. I'm not even saying that in a braggadocio. That's the kind of mindset, that's the kind of thinking you need for this country. You know, all of my life I've heard that a truly successful person, a really, really successful person, and even modestly successful, cannot run for public office. Just can't happen. And yet that's the kind of mindset that you need to make this country great again.